We're entering the comps at Supernova. Me and Julian are in Overwatch competition for the Supernova. So,
Awesome. Wow.
So we have to get that done.
So come on down and vote.
Yeah, well, give us a cheer for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Give us some love. It's always good when you have a good crowd. We sort of feed off a crowd, even at even if you're not in the competition. To get like someone going crazy over your costumes, you really do feed off it.
Yeah.
Pumps you up.
Yeah. So because I mean, with competitions. Do they judge sort of everything from authenticity to, I guess, character building? And is it a whole package? What do they?
Yeah, well, Kerry's the
go-to.
the competition girl.
So I've entered a few competitions and I've judged a fair few as well. A lot of conventions have gotten into the habit of having a bit of a sheet made up. So you would allocate a certain amount of points depending on different categories. So maybe it's how accurate the costume is, how well made it is, how much they act like the character, and then you could add bonus points on top of that. So you can find that people who win might not have the most difficult looking outfit, but they came out and really rocked it on stage and really impressed the judges and thought that, you know, their attitude really came out, you know, which is the play part of cosplay, because it is a role play thing as well as the costuming. So definitely coming out there and acting like the character can give you bonus points, but like focusing on like costuming and like how well it's made is something that they look at too.
The other thing about judging really is it's done by a panel of different judges, and it's very rare that every single judge will agree on the one person being the best at something. That's actually one of the hardest parts about judging, is deciding on one individual person to take away an award. And it's really heartbreaking, you know, having a couple of people that just don't quite earn an award, and we can't do anything about that.
Yeah. So there's no sort of runner-up or anything, or is it?
There are often runner-up prizes, but at some point there is a cutoff that's made. You can't announce everyone, even though everyone's costumes
if you ain't first,
are
you're
generally
last.
amazing.
Yeah.
People put a lot of love and a lot of passion into their costumes, and while not everyone is into competitions, it's not everyone's thing, the people who enter, you know, like, it means a lot. Like obviously you want to see your friends succeed, so if your friend wins, you feel good for them, but like people who enter competitions, when I won the championships of cosplay, it was huge. Like it felt incredible, you know, and so when you're judging people, you know that, and you're like, oh, like I really want them to know that they've done a fantastic job. But yeah, like Ewan said, there's not always a prize for everyone. So.
Yeah, not everybody can win, for sure.
It takes a lot of guts as well. You got to respect these cosplayers, like especially with the younger kids that come out as well. Like, get on stage in front of a big crowd. It does take a lot of guts to do.
Absolutely,
so,
put yourself out there for scrutiny.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it can be a stressful day. I mean, you got your pre-judging, and you got to wait around till the actual comp and stuff like that, and wait backstage. And,
Depends on the competition as well, because Rachel Shona and I recently competed in Sexwo's Sexy Cosplay Competition, and their competition's a little bit different compared to normal conventions on how they judge and what they look at, and their panel's different as well. There was 3 judges. 2 of them were cosplayers from over East, who were previous winners. One of them was an adult entertainer from the U.S. and they which was great because they had different perspectives of what they were looking at. So they were each looking at different aspects, and then could come to a decision with things. Yeah. And they were kind of looking at other aspects of, again, like crowd interaction and their stage presence and how they were interacting with the stage host. Yeah. And what they did on stage. So like kind of if they were in character, if they weren't in character, how were they portraying themselves?
For how many of you is this like a mask? Is this just an excuse to just go crazy on stage? And like behind the scenes, how many of you are sort of more placid and timid? And I don't mean to cut you out here, Jason, but we'll go back to you. Like, no, but, hey man, how you going? For how many of you is it just an excuse and to just cut free, do what you want?
Yeah.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both, because from my perspective, like, I think maybe in my past life I was some form of entertainer, because when I get into cosplay, that's like, especially when I have a mask, that's when I go nuts. I turn into Cusco from Emperor's New Groove, and I kind of go a little bit bonkers. But normally at work, I'm like, no, baggy shirts, jeans, don't mind me. I'm going out the back to process stock. I'll just be here. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like normally I just I'm quite happy just standing in a crowd and just kind of blending in. But I don't know, costumings, I kind of go really loud. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
It's actually, it's quite surprising how many cosplayers actually suffer from things like anxiety and stuff like that. So for cosplayers to come out and really push themselves and get in the costume, get into character, and that it is a good relief, and like it is kind of a mask. You know, you step outside of your normal working life and just relax and, like Jason said, have fun with your friends and meet new people and stuff like that. But
Great icebreaker.
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's quite surprising how many people are really shy and timid until they get into costume.
Yeah.
And then they can kind of let themselves out
Yeah,
and be who they are that not many people get to see.
Yeah.
sure.
Sometimes I look back at things like I dance with my crew sometimes in cosplay, so we'll perform at conventions and stuff. And I look back, and we make silly videos as well. And I'll look back at some of the things I do in cosplay, and I'll be like, what was I doing? Like you said, at work, I'm really like shy around everyone. And sometimes I'll talk and I'll think back to what I said, and I'm like, yes, that was a good interaction with humans. And then like, when I'm in cosplay, it's kind of like, you can, like, I call public transport here, and I just don't care anymore. Like, I'll walk past someone, and I'll be staring at me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I don't look normal right now, do I? Yeah, it's kind of like a mask, but also like, you're not really ashamed of who you are. You're just like being something else.
Shona, you're under pressure to tell us the story of your first competition. Let's have it.
So my first competition, I generally hate public speaking. I hate being centre of attention, and me, Rachel, and a friend Emma went and did the group competition, and I was the first one up on stage. I was freaking out and walked to the middle, stopped for a second, and then I just walk off stage and like Rachel and Emma are just standing there posing in the middle. I turn around, I'm like, oh my God. kind of tried to recover and walk back and be like, nothing happened here. I did that on purpose, but yeah, made a bit of a deal of myself. So yeah.
And you're a bit more confident these days?
You could say a bit more confident.
Bit more, yeah.
Yeah, I don't walk off stage anymore. So
yeah, not until you're prompted, at least.
Exactly. So yeah, competitions are very nerve-wracking.
Yeah. How many of you have entered competitions? Is it three?
Everyone.
Jason and Alex, you're up next.
I'm only sort of just starting to get into, because I started by just making parts of my costumes, and then I was always really scared to make pants, because if you like tear your top or your jacket, it's fine. If you tear your pants, there's nothing really underneath. So I'm like, for this Supernova, it's the first time I've like actually made a pair of pants. Well, I haven't made them yet, but I'm going to. I will. But yeah, hopefully next year I can get more into competitions and stuff.
Performing in cosplay is just completely different from any other thing. Well, I mean, it's exactly the same as stage acting. Usually what we'll do is we will pre-record our dialogue and then just mime it on stage. But I tell you what, once you get out there and you start acting your thing, there's no turning back. You just have to get out there. You know, even if you mess up what your own stage direction is, you think it looks really bad, you're really disheartened, the crowd does not know, and you get such a massive reaction that even if you don't win an award, just having thousands of people cheering for you is reward in itself.
Yeah.
It is absolutely an amazing feeling, and that really is what's got me hooked on cosplay, is doing the skits and having everyone cheer. It's an amazing feeling.
That's awesome. One last question, I guess. Comic-Con or Supernova? What's your favourite? Comic-Con?
Comic-Con.
Oh.
Comic-Con treat cosplayers really well.
Yeah. So exactly. So all right. Well, I'd throw that in the mix, but yeah.
PAX, definitely PAX.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to PAX.
Yeah.
One day I'll go to RTX. One day.
So PAX is not really a cosplay convention. There's a much reduced focus on cosplay, but it is a gaming convention. It is the most freeing thing and is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's held in Melbourne every year and 4 or 5 places around America. But you know, I make the trip over there every year with a bunch of friends, and it is fantastic.
Well, guys, thanks for coming in. Anything? Any of you guys want to say one last thing?
Follow us all on Instagram.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
we'll have
Instagram,
details
Facebook,
below.
all the social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, spam, shameless tweets. No, it's good. We'll have details in the box below to follow all these wonderful people and their costumes and all they do. So thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. I'm the grumpy,
That tries to touch everybody,
grumpy
yeah.
drunk uncle.
But my favorite voice actress was coming to town, and I'm like, I gotta do something. Shoot. That. Yeah. She voices that character. I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing.